You're listening to 911 on the Rocks.
Coffee closer. Now I'm prepared.
As long as there's coffee. Hello, welcome back to 911 on the Rocks, a Fandom on the Rocks podcast. I am Emily.
I'm Mandy.
And I'm Allison.
And this is the worst day ever, which is season 1, episode 4. I didn't just say that. It is the episode title.
So there are both real life things on either side of this. One, we are once again in a state of a household divided on this day about current 911 plot lines. But on the other hand, I have a work trip this week, and seeing this episode before I'm supposed to get on an airplane is not what I want.
No.
I'm sitting here going like, I have to get on a plane tomorrow. No.
Isn't this like immersion therapy?
It's for real. It's immersion therapy. This is awful.
That's really funny because my wife was watching these with me, and when we were watching it, I was like, I wonder if any show has ever gone to plane crash so quickly. And she said, yes, Supernatural did in episode 3 because I watched it right before I got on a plane.
Yes, they do. They do plane crash episodes.
Yeah.
And establish that Dean Winchester is afraid of flying.
Yep.
Which is why they put so many miles in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a road trip show. But yes, so they are one behind with episode 4 of a plane crash. It won't be our last plane crash, but it is our first. So in the aftermath of a deadly plane crash, Bobby and the team race to help the survivors. Athena deals with the panic and chaos at the airport. This episode aired January 24th, 2018, and is directed by our good pal, maybe? I don't know. Bradley Bucher.
That guy we know.
That guy that we've been with for many, many years.
Yeah, that guy whose art has impacted us for better and for worse.
Yep. Yes, he has. So, Allison, how did it feel to be on a plane?
I watched this, and in like 12 hours, I gotta be on an airplane, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm already afraid of flying. This is fine.
Are you going to be with this douchebag calling the flight attendant babe? Asking for a 7 and 7 as they land?
I do not plan on calling my flight attendants babe. Although I have been called babe by a flight attendant.
See, that's okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't feel like it breaks the rules.
No, it doesn't, and it didn't.
No.
It felt very reassuring.
Yeah, hun, darling, coming from the flight attendant, you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know how to explain it. You just have to understand it.
It's about the power dynamics, guys. It's about who holds power in scenarios.
Yeah. And is there a Southern accent involved?
This is true.
Yeah. Is the person saying it older than my mother?
Yes, yeah, this is true. Is there like a little too much perfume involved when she calls you darling?
Yeah. Is there perhaps some sort of grandpa-esque mustache involved?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've got a guy apologizing on behalf of all men. We've got a young couple who want to fuck in the bathroom, even though they are landing.
That's really telling on dude there.
We got time.
We got plenty of time.
And then we meet our hero survivors, our hero plane people, Tammy, the mother, and Jake, a mom and a young kid. He does card magic. So he pulls a little
first date wrong. He is 4 years old. What is he doing going on a first date?
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean first date? I'm so confused.
Although movies and donuts does sound awesome.
That sounds like a great time.
Sir, you're 12. What is happening?
He does a little card trick with the flight attendant. She pulls the jack of spades, and they're all jacks.
It's a stack deck. Whoa.
And then everything goes to shit. Boom. This is actually a very cool like cinematography moment with the sound cutting out, the drinks flying, the flight attendant hits the ceiling, chaos, drink carts, it's all bad. Engine catches on fire. It is not good.
Not good.
No, not good for anyone. And then we just cut right to the fire station. I'm assuming the plane is crashing though, because the pilots are like, emergency landing somewhere.
Yeah, this episode did a lot of time skipping.
Yeah.
It sure did, to smush in other storylines and not just the plane crash.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 911 has an awkward history with time skips. I don't hate this one because it's used for a narrative purpose and they outline it 8 hours before, 3 minutes after.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely helpful, yeah.
Like, I can follow it. Oh, the reason we're having to do this is so that we can place, Met's guy and pregnant wife. We can figure out where they are at any given time. Okay, all right, I forgive you.
I sure wish they would do this the rest of the show.
Yes.
To be like, "Why is it dark? Oh, it's 8 hours later. Okay, thank you."
Oh, okay, fantastic, thank you.
So Chimney's just still driving around 8 hours later. I mean, okay, I guess that's
Okay,
fine.
fine. 8 hours later.
Later. So we're at the station. Hen, for some reason, is cooking. I don't love that. That's not her
She
job.
never she never does this ever
She
again.
never
Oh,
does this. Once
okay.
and only is she
Hen
cooking.
doesn't cook. Hen can cook at home. Hen doesn't cook at work.
No, that's not her job. Buck is 12 years old, picking out of the frying pan
Literally
with
out of the frying pan. That bell pepper is gotta be like 8,000 degrees. Buck.
num 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 and doing like, "Get your hands out of here. I'm good. I already ate," because he's a boy.
'Cause he's just
He's just a piece of shit, and we love him.
so much.
And Buck, catches Bobby off by himself, staring at his little black book instead of cooking for the team. And
Just
we
how
get
we know that Bobby hasn't yet reached family.
yes, because he's not in his apron leading the kitchen.
He's just
Yes,
at a table looking at a book being sad.
being sad.
And Buck is like
I'm gonna do it.
And Hen's like,
That didn't seem like a wise decision.
which
Mm-mm.
is what Hen says. She's like, "Don't do it. I tried it. It's a mistake." And Buck's like, "I'll be fine," because
I'm
he's
gonna
14 years old and
Yep.
invincible.
He's like, "I'm gonna do it." So he swagger jacks over there, like dick out, hands on his belt, and Bobby's just like, "No, go away." And Buck immediately is like, "I know it's a list of people you saved. I know because I've been prying. I peeked a couple times. I looked at it." And Bobby's like, "You read my book?" and body slams him right into a
For
wall.
real. Violence against Buckley's just like body
Yeah,
slams against the wall.
just
And
immediately.
and Hen is looking on and is not interfering, is not
No.
doing anything. And she just looks at Buck and goes, "The fuck did I tell you?
Yeah,
Told
like,
you so, idiot."
I did tell you this was going to happen, and I am no way going to stop this from continuing.
Correct.
But we do get the lore that there are 46 names written down in this book, and there's space for 148 names. And Buck insists that it's a list of people that Bobby has saved.
Yeah, because he's got little descriptions written next to
Mhm.
all of them.
Yeah, saved from a fire, blah, blah, blah.
Talked off the ledge,
Mhm.
et cetera.
So this is a very important book to Bobby, and we will see it again. But something more important is happening. A plane crash.
And the 3 of them are, like, on the beach, and I just hear that monologue from the West Wing. They heard the commotion from the practice facility across the street and ran into the fire,
Yes.
and it's just, like, that shot of Buck and Hen and Bobby just, like, running into the ocean. Like,
It's so
was that silly? Probably a little, but it hit me so hard.
well, what's interesting, what I was struck by is how I mean, it's a very cool set piece that they have here. It's
For
huge.
sure.
They have a lot of extras, although actually not that many, but they've got this plane burning in the water, which is, like a tank situation on a set. But they look very small because there's only 3 of them in the hero shot of
Yeah.
them on the beach. Just Buck, Hen, and Bobby. There's no Chim because he's got rebar in his head and he's recovering. There's no Eddie. There's nobody else. There's
There's
just
no
they
way.
don't
It's
even
just the
have
3 of them.
their like unnamed writers standing with them. It's just the 3 of them like, "We're here, us
L
3 from the
look at
LAFD."
look at A Shift, 3 people big.
That's all you brought to do this? You brought 3 people? You brought Peepaw and like Dumb Diddley and Hen. Okay, thanks for the help. And then for some reason, somebody declares Bobby as incident command when surely NTSB and like the entire FAA task force people are here.
You
But
would
no, the
think.
captain of a fire crew from the LAFD is incident command. I don't know that that's right.
For the minute, because
Yeah.
probably no one is taking charge
I
yet.
don't know enough about like I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
It
have no
just felt
idea.
wrong. But I was like, well, he is the lead of the show. So
Yeah, he's the
okay.
protagonist, so
Yeah. Like he can have it. But I like Buck's little voice of like Bobby, and then it's because they're walking by a dead body and he's just like, keep it moving.
yeah. It's like, "We could save him." "No, we can't. Let's
No,
go."
can't do it. Then
She's
her
still
squad
being
car.
a reasonably bad cop.
Yes,
Yeah.
she sure is. She is in her squad car outside of what is Layla's house. And she's like, there's a fucking house party going on at 4 p.m. on a school day. And Michael is on the phone with her, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes, love
Get
this for him.
out
Like,
of there.
"Athena, get
Yeah.
out of there. What are you doing?"
And she
Michael is
had,
just completely right in this scenario. Like, listen
which
to your soon-to-be ex-husband.
Sometimes it would be fun to see some of their marriage before he comes out just to be like, "What was that dynamic like?"
What was that?
Was he always just like, "Baby, no," and Athena's like, "Baby, yes."
Yeah, I imagine it was because that continues with her ongoing.
Yes, it does, and she's a grown-ass woman, and she's calling Layla, like, a bitch. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Some skanky teenage hoe,
I know,
ma'am.
right to her face.
Right to her face, like, she's like 14, like, what are you doing?
So she rolls up into this party saying, like, "Hey, the neighbors have called to complain," and we do see the kids doing drugs, they're bullying a girl who happens to be there, and she's like, "So the neighbors called to complain." I'm like, "Oh, 'cause the noise?" No, it was the smell they were objecting to.
Well, it
And
wasn't we weren't smoking marijuana. It's like, "I didn't say it was marijuana." Like, "Girl."
yeah, she says I had to write it down, I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, some
Some
skanky
skanky
teenage
teen hoe.
living up in here, bringing a real stank to the neighborhood, bringing down the property values." I was like, "Oh my god,
Had to hit her
Athena."
with the
There
property values.
there is I cannot imagine a world and she gets called out for it later in the episode, thank goodness, but in what universe
Yeah.
do you think that this is okay?
Like, did she have her body cam on or anything? Like,
For real! Sergeant,
Sergeant.
Sergeant Grant, look at your choices.
And then Layla, the girl that she's like up, she's really trying to get in her face, has the audacity really to call May a punk ass slut right to Athena.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
not a smart idea.
I mean, but they're 16-year-old girls. None of them are
Yeah,
very smart.
her brain's made of jello. Is she making the best decisions? No, but she's
No.
16. This is expected.
Yep. So Athena arrests Layla, I guess, for drug possession and
Drug possession. I saw
noise.
what you hid in your bag, and it was some, like, bag of just something.
Yeah, baby weed. Who could
Yeah,
say?
but that's a lot of weed that is
That
just,
was a
like,
lot of weed.
loose in a bag. Is she, like,
Yeah,
rolling her own joints? Are they, like,
maybe.
using a pipe?
Who could say? They're rich 16-year-olds in like Brentwood. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Well, they are rich because her dad wait, is it her dad is a
My
tax
father's an
attorney?
attorney.
And a tax attorney, and then her
Yeah.
mom yeah. So, of course, they're at the station, and her mom is like, "You can't do this. I demand her release." And Athena's like, "She's gonna go through the system like everybody else." And we hear that other parents have complained to Layla's parents about her daughter's behavior, and they haven't done anything.
Right.
But we don't know that, like, Athena's already lying. We just have to
Yeah.
assume that Layla is a bully, and we don't know.
I mean, like, is the overall perception of Athena like kind of a shitty cop, or is she
I
usually more of like a hero in the storylines? Because other things she does in the episode that we haven't got to yet, I'm also like, that just wouldn't like what?
I think season 1, Athena is meant to be like, "I'm the cool cop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm no ACAB here." Like, I think she's meant to be, "I'm Angela Bassett. I'm cool. You're supposed to be on my side as a cop."
Yeah,
Her behaviors are definitely, I think, sanctionable offenses when it comes to cop
for sure.
behavior. Like, there's times she, like, fires her weapon, and you're like, "Well, now you're gonna be on desk duty for that. You can't just fire your weapon
Yeah.
and"
You gotta file a report.
Yeah, you got
You have to
paperwork to
release
do
your
now,
body cam
baby.
footage, you got
Yeah.
paperwork, like, they're gonna take you off the thing, and something that we will complain about endlessly through this recap is that what so in and of course, the retconning of everybody's backstories notwithstanding,
Yeah.
but I think Michael in the pilot's like, "You're 30"
Yeah, he says something like that.
something like that, and she's still a street cop, she's a beat cop,
Yeah.
and, like, after a while, that wears on your body.
Mhm.
And it's one of those, like, maybe you should be doing something a little more brain, a little less body.
Mhm.
Not that you don't have to use your brain to be a cop on the streets, but, like, maybe you should sit down and do police work more
Yeah.
than, run around and do police work. And she just doesn't.
'Cause she at
And it adds to the Athena why of it all.
yeah, and at this point, is she already a sergeant?
I think so, yeah.
'Cause it's a sergeant is like a supervisor level, and you have to take like a tests to do it. And there are like administrative assignments for sergeants. But at this point, we never see her try to advance and they try to get her off street work. And she's like, "No." Even when she gets injured, she's like, "No, I'm a street cop." But like we don't really she's got to be like 50 in the show.
For real.
at least by season 9.
Yeah.
And, like, why don't you wanna be a detective to do, like, the deep investigative work that seems to be so important to you? You could do internal affairs and narcotics and, like, I don't or even police commander, like, why don't she never tries to become, like, captain, commander, police chief? I don't know.
She wants to keep running around, chases and pursuits on foot.
I
S
mean,
I
she
d
does look very cool doing it.
She
she
does.
So,
she does
And
indeed.
for TV, I suppose that's fair.
Yeah, and yeah, I think you are meant to like her as a cop, so she has to do things that you're like, "Yeah, I wish my cop would take me off the plane." So, but other because the show can't be a cab, right?
Not with their protagonist as a cop. No, they can't.
Yeah. So keeping with her storyline, she gets called to LAX after the crash to help with crowd control because LAX is shut down, kind of. People are swarming, they're looking for their family members, and we meet a woman who is looking for a passenger named Dale Marks. He's sitting in 4B because they rich, wearing a Mets cap.
Yeah. This is his wife, Annie.
Annie Marks, and she's like, "I'm looking for my guy. Can you help me?" And everyone's just like, "Oh, help me!" And you're like, "Gah." I can't imagine the panic that's going on here. If this were season 3 and above, we would probably have someone at dispatch helping with the
Cor
situation over the phone, but we
correct.
don't.
But we don't.
And so they get a call that there is an unruly passenger aboard a different plane that they need to go help. But we will come back to them because
Because
God
there's nothing
forbid.
that Athena likes more than keeping the peace.
Yes, she really does, taking a stressful situation and just being like, "And another thing."
Yeah.
So at our plane crash, the 118 have which Buck very helpfully points out that the water is on fire in case you hadn't noticed.
Good job, bud.
Good job, my boy.
well,
Bobby's like, "Yeah,
farmer.
it's jet fuel, you idiot." I love TV math where Bobby's like, "The plane's gonna sink in exactly 4 minutes." Like, how could you know that? How
I don't
how?
know.
He's like, "Because of the way the waves are taking it down, so it's gonna be 4 minutes." Like, how no, okay, well, now we have 4 minutes that's gonna stretch over 20, but sure.
Yeah, for me, it was very much like, "That doesn't look far enough out into
To
the
s
ocean
to
to
sink?
sink."
Yeah, it's just resting on the sand, like, "I think
I'm
you're
like,
gonna
"You're
be
just
fine."
that's how far I get when I'm
Yeah.
swimming. That's only up to my hips, guys."
Like, "Man, really nice of that plane to land on the reef."
Yeah, just right there.
So convenient that they can just walk back to the shore. But no, it's she's sinking. We've got lots of survivors, which is good.
Yeah, yeah,
I've never
yeah.
been in a plane crash, sure hope to keep it that way. We got survivors on the wings, in the water, they're evacuating people to the beach. We got douchebag passengers stuck in his seatbelt is in his belly. And we really
Yeah.
really didn't focus on that. I think seasons, like, 4 and 5 would have been like, we would have stayed here with him
Yeah, we would have.
to, like, put his guts back in his belly.
But no, Hen's just like, "We're gonna do it on 3. 1, rip,
Yep.
and then just bye, have
Yep.
fun, go to the beach.
Yeah, don't get infected with the seawater in your tummy.
Good
Um,
luck."
we have some really kind of interesting cinematography with, like, dead passengers stuck in their chairs underwater.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't linger on anything, but it is very
No.
kind of like it lends to a nice atmosphere of people are dead, but they have to move on.
Yeah, people are dead, but they have
Yeah.
to move on. It's really well done in the
It is. I really liked
cinematography and the
it.
storytelling.
But we have to come back to Tammy and Jake, our protagonist victims. Tammy is stuck in her chair, and Jake doesn't wanna leave her behind.
I mean, I get it.
Totally.
Mhm.
But Buck is there because Buck always takes the kids.
Every single time. This is Buck and Kids round 2 in
Yep.
season 1.
Yeah, in 4 episodes.
In 4 episodes, Buck with
Yep.
Kids part 2.
So Buck takes Jake out because that's his job, and Bobby stays with Tammy to try to get her out. It's not totally clear, but she's just, like, wedged in there pretty bad.
Yeah, there's something about the seat, like, in front of her
Yeah.
has pinned her legs.
Mhm.
So, like, being anchored down by things that they can't move.
If you've ever seen a disaster movie, you know what's happened,
Right.
right?
She's stuck.
However, the young couple trying to fuck while the plane is landing, also stuck.
I'm stuck. And somehow In a perfectly flat plane, only the lavatory is filling with water.
Yeah, it's filling with water. Something is wedged in front of the doors are stuck. Hen and Buck are trying to get them out, and they, like, rig a rope to appear to the
So,
boat, and they're gonna, like,
yeah,
pull this thing out.
yeah, because it's the beverage cart that's, like,
Oh, right, it's
whammed
the yep,
up against the door, and they can't move it because it's stuck, and
yeah,
so has Hen tie a rope to the beverage cart, and then he goes outside and has the boat driver tie the rope to the boat, and they use the boat to, like, yoink
yank,
it
yeah,
off,
full yoink.
and that beverage cart goes flying,
Nearly killing Buck in the process.
nearly killing Buck in the process.
How funny I mean, it wouldn't have been funny, but, like, Buck down.
Bye.
So they're free to go. But Tammy is still trapped, and the plane is sinking. Buck is doing his, like, scared for Bobby voice.
Yeah, Buck already thinks Bobby is dead in season 1.
Yep,
He starts yelling for Bobby in a way that sounds a lot like a cat when they're
yeah.
stuck in a closet. It's
Oliver
that very
Stark has
specific "Mom, I'm
yeah,
stuck."
yeah, Oliver Stark has a way of screaming for people that's really kind of, like, wrenching. You're like, "How do you
It's
even make
really
that sound?"
gut-wrenching. It's a really excellent special skill that I hope he has on his resume.
Yeah, it's the Misha Collins special skills section of resumes, like, how do you just put that on there, like, screaming for help, A+.
Yeah, A+. plus.
You're like, "Get out of there, it's time to go, we have to go." And Tammy's talking to Bobby saying, "Do you have kids?" And Bobby says, "Yes."
And this harkens back to a couple last episode where Chimney's like, "You talk about I've never even met your wife or your kids."
Mhm. Yeah.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. And Tammy's like, I died giving birth to my kid. I came back. I had a seizure. My heart stopped. It okay, great. And Bobby's like, if you go down, I'm going down. Like, no, no, Bobby.
No, Bobby, no.
Suicidal father figure, no. Please don't. But Buck comes back for Bobby, and we get our one of our first, I don't know, this happens over and over, I think, of Bobby being like, I told you to get out. I know I'm a terrible listener. Because that's already his dad.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if the Buckley parents exist in their true form at this stage, but Buck has hearkened to, or he's glommed onto Bobby like a baby duckling, like
For
immediately.
sure. Absolutely.
Whether or not his background with his parents exists already, like that's his dad. Plane goes down, water rushes in. Oh no! What
Oh, no.
what could possibly happen here? And like Buck's sheer panic. But then Bobby is lifted out by a harness with the helicopter, and he's holding on to Tammy.
We did it!
Everyone is safe except for the people who died.
Except for the people who died.
Yeah, that's pretty tragic. But we get another flashback 3 minutes before the crash.
Donna.
And now we get Abby. And Dale Marks, our guy, has called 911 to leave a message for his pregnant wife, Annie.
Ow.
And he just wants her to know that he's thinking of her and he loves her and that that is not going to die even if he does.
Ow.
Rough.
There are days on this TV program where we care about the NPCs more
I know.
than the main cast. Dale and Annie Marks, I will never forget you.
I know. It's rough. And it was I don't know if it was funny to anyone else, but they're watching the news, the report of the crash, and Abby's like, it's really sad. Yeah, it is. It is sad,
Ma'am.
Abby. I was like, yeah, dude.
Although I did really appreciate that Abby, this episode, was a lot softer with her people on the line.
She was.
And I really appreciate that.
It was less, I can't hear you. Like, oh,
Right.
yeah.
I'm
Okay.
very grateful. I'm very grateful for that because this
Me
was a
too.
rough episode for Abby.
It was. She didn't have a good day. I mean, neither
No,
did
she
the
did
people
not
in the
have a good day.
crash.
No. But she also didn't have a good day.
Yeah. Over on the beach, Bobby has Tammy, and they get reunited with Jake, the son.
And this child just high jump Olympic styles onto this.
I was like,
onto
wait, her
this
legs
journey.
are so broken.
They're so broken. And he's just like,
Yep. Yep. Like, oh no, don't. Oh, okay. And Bobby's just absolutely. He's not shell shocked, but he looks. And Hen's like,
He
that's gotta make you
does.
feel really good, right? And Bobby wants to walk into the ocean.
and he tries a little bit.
You know, our.
He just wanders onto the beach and is just staring
Mhm.
forlornly into the dark abyss of the ocean.
Yep, our vaguely suicidal captain.
Vaguely suicidal Captain Dad over here is just,
And
like,
his
staring.
his vaguely suicidal thought son.
Yeah.
It's
Vaguely suicidal son.
it's genetic.
Get it. Is it
Uh,
genetic if you aren't biologically related? Yes.
yes.
Proximity, osmosis.
Yeah. So Buck is there and he gets thanked by the couple who are like, "We're gonna get married." Like, "Of course you are." And then his phone rings and it's Abby. And again,
I
he
couldn't
answers in the
I
middle.
in the middle of a call, I couldn't quite figure out if I was mad about this or not,
I
because on
mean,
the
I
one
didn't
hand
mind it. I said it didn't make me mad. I didn't mind
no,
it. I think it's kinda sweet.
'cause, like, on the one hand, she definitely knows that he's at work, but on the other hand, like, she's made a habit out of calling him because she's worried about him and, like, wants to check in, and that's absolutely what she does here. And
Yeah,
he's like, he picks up and is happy to
Yeah.
see her, but she also definitely asks for a favor.
yeah, she's looking for Dale. Yeah, she's asking for a favor. I mean, my ongoing criticism is like, he's at work, and his work is not my work. His work is saving people. He's busy, but she is. This is bringing our storylines together here, and that's to find Mr. Dale Marks, whom she hopes is very much alive. Um, unfortunately,
He is not.
Nope.
he's on the other list.
Rip.
Yeah, and Abby listens to Dale's call again just to make it sadder.
It was already sad enough, Abby, we didn't need the help, but thank you, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess to liven the mood up, we have to go back to LAX and Athena.
We do, because she's finally gotten onto this plane where where there's an unruly passenger, like, causing shenanigans, and Athena's like, "Excellent, let me exact some justice."
Mhm.
And then she happens to find a passenger duct taped to his seat,
Yep. For trying to leave the plane and assaulting an officer. Now, we
and
hear that they've been on this flight for 8 hours.
which is too many hours to
Yeah.
be on an airplane.
Way too many hours.
Mhm. And someone there is like, "Hey, I've got this recorded. Here's what actually happened." And the guy is pissed because his father's casket is in the cargo and he wants to get off because of that and other things. And the officer who is duct taped into a chair slammed him into one of the airline chairs
Yeah,
instead of,
which is not assaulting an officer, that's us being assaulted by an
I
officer. I can see where he got confused.
I can see how this happened. And I
I
like
can see how you
Athena's
got confused, friend.
Athena's like, "Wow, that escalated fast, didn't it?" And he's a airport officer, he's not LAPD.
Yeah.
And she's like, "So why can't people get off this flight?" And the airport cop's like, "Well, the CEO of the airline doesn't want them to." And Athena goes off
Yeah, she does. She gets real mad about it.
on an anti-air CEO, anti-capitalist rant. Although the whole time I was like, "Yeah, but ACAB."
Yeah, she's going off about, adding the extra seats, which makes everything smaller and the baggage fees alone. And I'm still sitting here going like, yes, Athena, you're correct. And also
And also, you might be the enemy too.
she
We love
ends
you
up,
and.
we love you. And she ends up taking the entire plane under arrest.
Yep,
Um, so that they can all leave the plane.
yep,
Why
yeah.
not?
'Cause why not? Yeah. The paperwork she's gonna have to do.
Is
That
immense.
was my first thought as soon as she said that. I was like, so she's actually gonna like force all of these people. What if people had like fucking, I don't know, places to go? Now they gotta head to the police department.
Yeah.
They've got caskets with corpses rotting in the
Right.
plane.
Now they're all gonna have to go through booking, or maybe it's just
Yeah.
like a gesture and they're not actually gonna go to booking, they're just gonna get off the flight. I don't know.
I mean, I would assume that, but still, that's just like
I
I
know.
feel like not an empty threat a police officer can make.
Yeah. If you say, "I'm arresting you," do you have to continue the process?
Probably not, because
Like,
I think they're allowed with being in the power, they're allowed to withdraw that at any time.
if there are any cops listening,
We'd love
sorry,
to know the legalities of the Los Angeles police system.
if you
And
say,
also like
"I" and she didn't read any of them their rights. Can she just do it over the, like, speaker system and everyone gets
Probably,
Mirandized
probably.
all at once?
It's like a
Uh-oh.
group baptism, but a group Mirandaism.
Yeah, a group Mirandizing, and then you're all good. Hmm. Well, we have to go back to the plane crash.
Ow.
And Bobby, once again, is standing at the water, forlornly. And we get a little flash forward, flash sideways, hard to tell.
Flash sideways, I think.
It must be his home. We haven't seen it. And he's cooking at a little sad stove, and we hear like children talking in the distance, asking him about his day. And he's like, "It sucked. I'm sad." But he doesn't have enough tears for everyone. And then the camera pulls back, and Bobby has a dingy, poorly lit apartment, and he's sitting alone at a table set for 4 people that's empty, and he's just drinking whiskey.
He's just drinking whiskey alone at a very sad table. It's a very sad tableau.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. And it's sad on purpose, but like, ouch.
It sucks.
His
And that
acting was amazing this episode, though.
yeah.
I don't remember the actor's name. I'm
Peter
sure
Krause.
one of the- Yes. No, he did a
R.I.P.
really
We can talk about when we finish out, but I didn't remember this being episode 4. I thought it came a little later for some reason. Probably because
I
I was
feel
like,
like
damn, a play crash right in the beginning.
Yeah, right at the beginning. No, I thought this was pretty early on because I remember the next scene and every time I see it, I go, where's Chim?
Mm.
And it's like, oh, yeah, it had to have been pretty early with the rebar scenario.
Yeah, that's true. Because Chim's not there.
Yeah, because he must have only been signed on for like half a season.
Chimney?
Yeah,
I don't know how they did the deals for this because he's MIA
because
for
he's
a couple
out
episodes.
for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. You don't know?
Yeah. Let's ask him.
Let's ask.
What was your season
Kenny-
1 deal like? How much
Kenny
did you
Choi.
make?
Most beloved, if by some act of the universe you're listening to this right now, we would in fact love to know anything you can tell us about what happened to you in season 1.
Listen,
We'd
we
love to
saw you
know.
in Glee. So, you know,
We
go back.
did.
We go way back.
We saw you in Glee. I saw you in House not that long ago.
Mhm.
Like,
I just watched you in a shitty Amazon movie. No offense. It's not your fault.
we've got 4 or 5 seasons of Sons of Anarchy in the living room, which apparently you're in that I've never seen.
Man is booked.
I loved you in Halloween Town.
I'm learning so much about his career right now.
Listen, he is in so many things.
And
It-
he plays a gynecologist in so many of those things.
He really
Really?
does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
An unfortunate amount of things.
It's amazing. He's
Yeah.
everywhere and I love it for him.
He's in the Wolf of Wall Street.
He's great.
Oh, he plays Lance Ito in The People versus O.J. Simpson.
Wow, that is a varied career. Good
Yeah.
for him.
Is that part of the Ryan Murphy extended cinematic universe?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a Murphy Falchuk. It's not an RIB, but it's a Murphy Falchuk.
Yeah.
Yeah. John Travolta was in that one.
How about that?
I know. We're just gonna
Well,
have separate podcasts. That's the Kenny Choi Career Podcast.
Amen.
Yeah.
Speaking of other great actors, so at this point, I believe Miss Abby Clark gets a visitor at work.
She does.
Yeah.
She brings Annie to the call center because she wants her to hear the call from, oh my God, what's his name?
Dale.
Dale. Doesn't look like a Dale. For closure. And so she does. And it's sad.
And I'm really grateful they don't make us listen to the call again.
I know.
No, it was nicely done with the reflections and stuff. And yeah, I feel like hearing the audio again would have definitely taken away from that visual.
Yeah. Her whole face journey was just
Mhm.
incredible and heartbreaking. And she'd like resigned herself to this, but hearing it from her husband and just like having to sit with this new reality in this space for a moment that this is the before and after.
Yeah.
And it was all so clearly communicated, and enormous kudos to that actress. She's wonderful, and I will be sad about them forever. I hope she and her daughter are doing great.
Yeah. I hope so. Who could say?
Who could say?
We don't get to revisit them the way we do in a later season.
Indeed.
So Athena doesn't get to get away with her shenanigans.
She does not. Introducing one of my favorite low stakes recurring characters,
Captain Elaine Maynard?
Maynard.
Maynard. Yes, Maynard. Our captain is a woman. Yes, she is.
Captain Elaine.
And she's like, hey, we need to talk. And Athena's like, oh, is it about the passengers? Like, I think what I did was fine. And Elaine's like, no. That was fine. I didn't give a shit about that. This is about Layla Creedy. And Athena's like, "What do you mean? I also thought that
It was
was fine.
it was
What are you
fine. That
talking
was
about?"
fine.
And her captain's like, "You need to sit down because none of this is fine." Um, this thing with May, it's a lot and it's scary and it's rough and I feel for you, but you cannot be using your badge to extract personal revenge. You're bringing your
I
shit into my house and it's a problem.
I love that she has to have this conversation with her boss. You're never too old to have a come to Jesus meeting with your boss.
Yep. Yeah. Crazy that you have to be told this at Athena's big age.
That's okay. That's okay. People of all ages can make really bad career
Yeah.
decisions.
Yeah, because the LAPD cannot condone her behavior. You know, other things the LAPD condones just fine. But Athena's put on desk duty. Womp.
Good job. We love consequences for our actions, especially in story.
Especially in stories. Now, you know, does the LAPD get away with all sorts of shit all the time? Of course they do.
Yes.
Does a black woman get put on desk duty for this? Yeah, she sure does. But she
Yeah,
should. She should. Because
she earned it.
this was bad. This was bad. Um, and is it the last time that 911 does something reasonable for consequences? Maybe.
That's
Maybe.
promising.
Maybe.
Maybe. But we'll see. We'll find out. But Athena doesn't love this and she stalks off with her patented belt walk. Her whole hip, it's so Athena, like her whole hips just move back and forth. She's so tiny. And then a classic 911 scene
Oh, my heart.
occurring episode 4 into the entire series. That's probably, I don't know, a top 10 scene, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
hmm Foundational. This is a foundational load bearing scene.
This is a load bearing scene. Yes.
So Bobby's gone MIA. We don't actually know how much time has passed between the crash and here.
But Chimney is still not present.
He's
so
got rebar through his head. He should never come back to work.
he had rebar through his head. It's fine
He
now.
should never come back to work. He is medically retired from the LAFD with full benefits, pension because he's been there a while because we know that from his backstory. And God bless him, he can live out a happy life by himself
Well,
in Korea.
no,
He has a
wrong.
hole
Thank you for
through
playing.
the center of his fucking head. I love
Thank you for
him,
playing.
and yet
Thank you for playing. Unfortunately,
he never goes to occupational therapy or physical therapy. How?
the council has rejected your petition.
I've been to physical therapy for years on a sprained ankle.
He didn't sprain his brain, Emily.
Oh no, he just ripped it in half.
I can't fathom how someone would come out of that as fine as I'm assuming now Chimney is.
They literally are like, it's a miracle.
Yeah, he's like, it's fine. Like, okay, guys.
Just like, it's a miracle. Like, okay, I hate you so
Sure.
much.
All right. I think
The
at some
first and
point-
not the last. All right,
Yeah.
Bobby.
I do need to ask at some point, and I don't know when this is going to happen. I need Emily to do a list, like a top 10 list of top 10 injuries that make her angry.
Only 10?
That
Yes,
sounds
top
good.
10. Top 10. You got to pick 10 and then you got to rank them.
You're all buck.
Are they all a buck, or are we talking about, pincushion Diaz over here?
Between Buck and Eddie, they've had 10. Chimney's
We're
not
talking
even going
about-
to make the list. But well, Chimney's number
Chimney has been very injured. Hen's the one who's more or less injury free. She had one injury as a child, and well, then she got 6.
It would have to occur in the show.
Yeah,
It would have to occur on screen in the show.
yeah.
Because between a bolt of lightning and rebar through the head, that's 1 and 2.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because you're not coming back to work from you might come back to work from the lightning, but not I don't know. Okay, the fire truck, he's coming back with no leg and then you're not coming back to work.
This could be an interesting list, and I'm looking forward to.
This is a bonus episode. Write it down because we'll forget because we have no brains anymore.
How about Bobby?
How about Bobby? Okay. Bobby's gone MIA. Is Bobby even going to make the list between Buck and Eddie? If I only get
Yes.
10, we're fucked. Okay.
Emily
okay.
ranks every major injury on 911 by severity of anger.
Because the anger scale is they could not come back to work, which But they would get to retire with pensions and benefits, right? So they're fine.
And move to France. We're fine.
They've died so many times. I hate it. Okay. Bobby's gone MIA. We don't know for how long, but long enough that Hen and Buck are like nervous and they show up at his home. And this is the stage, and we forget this because past season 2, they are like fam, that they are not family. They don't know anything about Bobby, really. Enough that they only have their keys because it's one of those, I'll give you my key if I don't make it out of.
Bobby and I gave each other spare keys in case one of us couldn't make it home one day.
Yeah. Not that we're coming over
Ouch.
because we're friends. And Hen says, I don't really know much about him other than that he's in recovery.
Yeah.
Now,
So this is the first hint we get
Mhm.
that Bobby's he's in active recovery.
Yeah. And we don't really get a Buck reaction from that, probably because we don't have time.
So here, I have a question.
Yes.
So Hen and Bobby have exchanged keys. Bobby lives alone, and he knows this. This point, does Hen live alone?
We don't know anything about Hen's home life.
Yeah,
We
at this
haven't
point,
Yeah.
in case one of us couldn't make it home, there are other people who live in Hen's house.
Right. I know.
Do they exist yet?
I don't know. I wanna know what the original 911 show Bible looks like.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Like, the original, like, what they're working off of for season 1 or what they were working off of for the original episodes, because this makes it sound like she's single or
yeah,
that
this makes it sound like she's living alone.
her crazy ex-girlfriend is, like, in the picture,
Yeah.
but not her fam.
Yeah.
It does. It makes it sound like she's alone because
Yeah.
you've heard
It
nothing
makes it sound
about
like she's alone.
Karen. You don't hear anything about anything.
Anything. Yeah. And I do love that the implication here is that Chimney hasn't given keys to anybody
Yeah.
and that neither has Buck. That this is like an occurrence for Buck. Buck's like, oh, this is a thing I could do.
Yeah, and right now, Buck lives in a frat house, sort of. He lives with, like,
Sort of. He
4
lives in an
roommates.
apartment with like 4 other guys.
Yeah, and a bunch of pillows.
Yeah.
If nothing about Buck's characterization is stable, the man loves pillows.
He does. He's a very pillow heavy guy.
Yeah,
Man loves a decorative pillow.
he does. Good for Set Deck for
He's a-
keeping that.
He's a nester.
So they go into this house. It's an apartment. It's crazy depressing. This looks, I mean, IKEA couldn't make a sadder. It's
This is your first $500 a month apartment.
Yeah, you haven't it came with this furniture, right?
Oh, for sure.
You didn't buy this. It came this way. Nothing on the walls. Barren, sad, dark, blinds closed, and they find Bobby passed out in bed with a bottle of Jack. I don't know if there's supposed to be any correlation between the bottle of Jack and the Jack of Spades that
Oh,
they pulled.
interesting.
I don't think so, but
I mean, I hope that would be a really nice touch.
this time around I was like, "Oh, it's a bottle of Jack." And they're like, "The Jack of Spades." And they're all, I don't know. Cuz then they also show the
that.
Jack of Spades floating in the water.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But they're like, "Oh no, this is bad." And they take Bobby into the shower to wake him up. Is this a thing that actually works for people, just throwing a passed out person into the shower? I think I would not enjoy that, but I don't drink. So
Well, you wouldn't enjoy it. Enjoying it isn't the point.
no, but like, does that actually sober people? Does that wake people up enough? Or
It
does that,
doesn't sober them up, but it does wake them up.
I just feel like that's like maybe a drowning hazard or a choking hazard.
Putting them in a tub would, but generally when you're facing the shower like that, it's hitting you on on the top of the face. So like you'd have to, I don't know, you don't really leave them alone if you're going to do that, but truly most people couldn't do it
Yeah.
because I couldn't lift Bobby Nash from the bed into the tub.
But they had 2 strong firefighters to carry him.
And the 2 strong firefighters could do it.
Yeah.
For me, it was the judgment face from both Hen
I
and
know.
Buck.
I love that
Like,
scene of them
peeking
looking
into the
down.
thing, like, of them just, like, looking down, and I'm like, "Oh, you're being judged, sir."
And
Love, but
yeah,
judge.
and Bucks was like sad too.
Yeah, Bucks was like, "Oh, dad."
Yeah. Like, you never want to see your
Lost
dad
dad.
in a vulnerable position.
Right.
So we get to the couch because the show loves couches. And I did notice Buck sitting bisexually on that chair.
Correct.
Not in it,
Man can't sit in a chair.
cannot, but he was on it, not in it. And Bobby says that it's been 546 days of sobriety.
18 months since he started in LA.
Yep. And Hen's like, "Who were you cooking dinner for?" And Bobby's like, "I don't know. I was drunk. Not your kids, not your wife."
He sure does know who he was cooking dinner for,
Yeah.
even though he was drunk.
And Bobby's like, "I'm good. I'm fine. I'm gonna be fine. I'm good. Everything's good. I'm
Everything's
fine.
fi
I'm good. I'm good.
everything's
It's all
fine. Buck is
good."
looking so sad, and
He
Hen is just oh my god,
he
Henrietta.
yeah, Buck does not know how to deal with this. Like, he doesn't he can't. He can't do it.
He doesn't know how. He's never met someone who is, like, this down in the pit, you know?
Yeah, especially someone close to him.
Right.
And Hen says this thing about how redwoods can grow high because they move and bend in the wind. And Buck's like, maybe you should ask for help once in a while, which is a very adult thing for Buckley to
Yes,
say.
correct. And then with, like, the softest little broken voice, he looks and goes, "Help."
I cry.
Oh my god. So, family. It took them 3 episodes, and now we're here, and now there's no going back.
Yep. Surround him on the couch. He does his like Bobby Nash prayer hands on his forehead.
Yes, he does.
That's
Once
his signature move. We'll see it again,
once or twice.
again at the end. And he has a little cry and they hold him and it's very sad. And it doesn't
They're a family, Your Honor.
their family. That's their fam. But it doesn't end here because Abby goes home and she's had a shit day.
She has had a really bad day.
Mhm.
Which I feel like you have to just assume that there was other shit things happening
Yeah,
because
because it's
she's
not like this was the only thing
yeah,
happening.
she was a snappy. Carla's there cleaning up. Patricia is already in bed and Carla's like, "Hey, you look tired. Maybe you could use some extra help. I could stay, blah blah blah." And Abby just snaps at her like, "I'm a grown up and I can take care of myself." And I was like, "Whoa."
Like,
Ouch.
yes, those things are true. Maybe we should ask for help.
And Bobby Nash just said, "Help." So you could say help too. And then she thankfully apologizes right away. But Carla does go home, and we hear Patricia from the bedroom complaining about it being hot. And Abby, who is looking exhausted and beat down and tired, is like, and she's on the couch, is like, "I'm going to take care of it. Don't worry. I'll get it in a minute." But then she falls asleep on the couch.
Like so many wonderful people beforehand, she got caught in the couch sleepy, and I
Mhm.
get it.
The couch is a terrible place to end up when you're tired. Sitting
It
down on the
gets you.
couch when you are a sleepy is no good.
It gets you.
It gets you, and it got her. And she wakes up kind of in the middle of the night, and Patricia is gone.
Scary.
Uh-oh. Patricia's gone, and the door is open.
Yikes.
Yikes.
I'm glad at least she got a nap before her day went to worse shit.
Yep.
Oh, Abby.
So that will take us into the next episode.
Indeed.
This is a kind of a classic episode.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
consider this a load-bearing episode.
Yeah. Especially with Bobby and Hen and Buck.
Interesting. Watching it, I did not get the impression that this would have been an episode that was load bearing, to steal the phrasing.
It's so if when you start looking at the way the next seasons open, I would say that the plane crash will become the blueprint for the opening emergencies.
Okay.
So moving forward, every season tries to have the biggest, the worst, the scariest, the most intense emergency. I think that is becoming a detriment to the seasons.
Correct.
I think that's bad. So this season 1 opens just kind of like with a call, like a scary call, an important call, but it's not how
Yeah.
if you rearrange the season, it would have started with this plane crash because the plane crash is like the biggest set piece.
Yeah.
About Body's backstory, about them becoming more of a cohesive unit and a family rather than coworkers, kind of the stoic Bobby breakdown, actually going into his house and having him open up enough to ask for help are kind of key moments for Bobby to become dad.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like if you can imagine so there's the concrete foundation and then there's the big stick
Mm-hmm.
that makes up the first of the framework. This episode is like the joint at the bottom of that frame, right? It's the thing that the frame pole fits into that gets attached to the foundation of the concrete. Like, or maybe it's the hole that's dug in the concrete. I don't know how houses are built, okay, guys?
Okay,
Don't
it's
come
the
at me. I've never built a house.
basement. Okay, no, wait. It's the
Pum
It's the
pum.
magma under the crust? Okay, wait. So, okay, when the planet was
It's an important
formed.
episode, and the 3 of them together on the couch is a load-bearing scene.
Mhm.
Shush.
I feel like this comes a little strangely placed, like, I don't know, within the season. It's 10-episode season, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like this should have been like a finale or something then. It felt big and dramatic, like the scene between the 3 of them, but I don't really have much attachment to Bobby yet because 'cause I've only seen 3 episodes with him, and I didn't like him in the last one. So I feel like
right.
it would have had more impact to me after a few more episodes to, I don't know, want them to be more of a family or care about them individually.
Yeah, I can see that. I think when you look back on it, it does
Mhm.
make more sense once you've seen the rest of the season. I think when
Yeah.
Yep.
you're watching it the first time, it can come kind of soon because the rest of the season, they spend unpacking Bobby's backstory.
Mhm.
Right.
So then you learn more about him and why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I can see that, yeah, and
so but
maybe
I
if I
No, but I
yeah.
totally get why it can be like, "Oh, they're cool now," when he spent 3 episodes being a little, like, not off-putting, can't even think of the word, standoffish from the rest of the people. If you'd spent the
Yeah.
half the season of him being, "We're not a
Yeah.
family, I'm just your captain, leave me the fuck alone," and then you did this, yeah, you can build that up even more. But I think because there's only 10 episodes,
Yeah.
if it
Well,
was
that's
a
kinda what
20
I figured.
yeah, I think if it
Mhm.
was a 24 episode season, they would have really drawn that out.
For sure.
I think it's just compressed because they had to.
Yeah.
I don't know
But
that I
yeah,
would have
that
minded it taking longer. I think that could have been fun.
think would have been more satisfying, but again, I'm saying that as, like, essentially a first-time viewer.
Yeah, totally. Because there's something kind of interesting about we're so used to Captain Dad
Mhm.
and him being like a linchpin father figure to the entire station and people coming to
Yeah.
him with questions, people coming to him with their problems, him solving things, him kind of just being in the background of crises that it there could have been a really interesting dynamic of half of the first season of him just being like, "I'm not your dad. I'm your captain." Kind of like Gerard shows up as an
Yeah.
antagonist captain and was an antagonist captain to Hen and Chim when they first showed up. If Bobby had been not an antagonist, but just like a block of ice, just like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here to get away from my past. I'm here to do my job. I'm here to heal myself, and we're gonna fight fires at the same time, like, leave me alone," and have that stretch out for a while until something else breaks. I could have been down for that, totally.
Yep.
It's
Would've needed more than 10 episodes,
yeah,
but
it's
yeah.
just I didn't have the time. Let's make season 1 24 episodes.
Yeah, for real.
'Cause I
Well,
love
because we have
season 1
to
because it's so grimy.
it's so grungy, and they kill people, and actions have consequences, and the thing with this 10-episode season is that you've got, in theory, your 3 lead protagonists, Athena, Bobby, and Abby, whose stories you all have to set up and whose arcs you have to set up. And, you get plot lines. Like Abby didn't really have much of a plot line. This was more of a Bobby episode.
Mhm.
Like the last episode was more of an Athena episode. Next episode will mostly be an Abby episode. But all of a sudden, then you've got these 3 other people who kind of crawl up to the woodworks and you start to care. I mean, hopefully by the end of the season, you start to care about Hen and Buck and Chim. And so all of a sudden now you've got all these people that you have to set up. And 10 episodes is not a lot of time for that ask.
Mhm. I do wonder I probably should have gone and see if I could have figured it out of, like, why only 10 episodes for the first season. Probably
Mhm.
cost.
Probably.
Probably
And it
didn't
was new.
probably didn't trust it because we're way past the days of a new show getting 24 episode order right out the gate. Spend the money, damn.
They did spend the money. They sunk a plane.
They did sink a plane.
I would have rather had them spend the money and me get an extra 14 episodes of Connie Britton.
But I wonder if she signed on because she knew it was only 10.
Yeah,
Probably.
maybe.
We might not have gotten Connie Britton at all if it was longer. And then where would you be? Then you wouldn't be here at all with us. You'd be like, "No Connie? No. No, thank you.
No,
I'm
no
No.
out.
dice.
Connie, no dice."
Do you have any other see, the problem is Angela Bassett does kind of fit what I look for, but I just I
Are you
don't
asking if
like
there are
her
other
as a
attractive
character.
older women in the show?
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say, can they all find another attractive older woman? But right now, I'm like, I don't love Athena. I think I love Angela Bassett. I
That's
don't love
okay.
Athena yet, though.
Do you know that Romy Rosemont shows up?
Oh, that makes me excited. I mean,
Who
and
is that?
Oh my god.
Carol.
Carol.
Carol from
Oh
Glee.
my god, of course, Carol. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, she does.
2 or 3 episodes. She gets 2 or 3?
2, I think. No, 3,
3?
because she's in the 1, and then I think there's a 2-part.
Yeah, so you'll get her for several episodes, but a couple seasons apart.
Okay.
So that's something to look forward to.
It is something to look forward to.
Do you
Maybe I
see
will just
how
keep my own just like MILF count
Yeah.
as my
Please,
Yes.
please let us know who's on the MILF count.
Yes,
We
Yeah.
need to count MILFs.
I will.
Well, okay, Jennifer Love Hewitt is not young.
She's not, but it's so weird because I think I watched so many things as a teenager or like in my early 20s that had her in them,
Mm,
essentially my same age. So it doesn't count in my head.
that's
How
Not,
about Sue?
yeah. She's just like my generation. How old is
How
she?
about
Okay,
S
she's
was
40.
it
No.
Deborah Christopherson?
I don't know her name. I'm trying to think. Karen?
Yeah, because Karen is just like, oh my god, she's my MILF. That's for me.
Karen Wilson shows
But
up.
she does. What is her Tracy Toms?
Tracy Toms.
Well, I do love Tracy Toms.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
so you
she's
get Tracy Toms.
yeah, and she's a regular.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, I'm slightly appeased by that.
Okay.
We have to like feed Mandy much women like, how about this one?
It's the Yuri machine. Like, here you go.
Do you want this one?
And then, I mean, there's a number of beautiful women who you would not be wrong to cast in your head as queer.
But they're
Yeah,
younger.
They are younger, it's true. Yeah, Chief Williams comes to mind for me
Peppa.
in season 6. Oh, Peppa. Oh man, Peppa. Young Peppa, season 2. Heck
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because we're so used to season 8 and 9 Peppa,
Yeah.
but no, we get season 2 Peppa, and she's all right. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
Googling
Mandy.
all of
There's
them.
we're very much looking forward to seeing your thoughts and feelings on
Yeah.
Okay.
There will be women for you.
Okay.
And there are random ass Glee cast members in here too.
all over the place.
I am really excited to, while I don't think I would put them on my like MILF crush list, I am excited for Hen and Karen.
Yes. I am also excited for
Mhm.
you to really meet and get to know Hen and Karen. I'm very
Who I
excited
guess
about it.
doesn't exist yet. I'm very now that you've said it, I'm like, wait.
I am like just by the way that like Hen is cooking at the station and like talking about Bobby and like in case somebody doesn't make it home, like
What do you mean? Your
Hen,
wife is at home. What are you talking about?
your wife is at home. What do you mean?
What do you
Your
what do you
wife and
mean?
your young son are at home. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like, but wait, I don't understand.
Bobby wouldn't call Karen?
Yeah, wait. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Also, like Athena's your best friend. Bobby
I
doesn't
don't know
need
if that's
a key.
really been set up yet, but Hen and Athena are best friends.
I think it hasn't
Okay.
Hen already called Athena she's called Athena already, hasn't she?
Oh yeah, with the dog,
With-
with
yeah.
the thief in the dog
Yeah.
house.
I,
The house with the
I
dogs.
definitely got the friendly impression, but not the best friends impression. So
They're
Well, it's less of a we're best friends because we're immediate and more like we've been through everything together forever.
gotcha.
We're best friends by default.
yeah.
they are bonded.
They were bonded.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't think they say it either, but I feel like we're often the only 2 black women in the
Yes.
area together,
Yes, correct.
like in a heavily white male dominated space.
Yeah.
Because the 118 is strangely queer,
Yes, they sure are.
whether or not it's canon.
They are very queer. They are
But many
very POC. They
Yeah.
are very, very not like straight white male.
many firehouses are just straight white men.
And this was not one of them.
And so
And
yeah.
of course, I in this show abide very much by the Tumblrism of, queer until proven otherwise.
Sounds reasonable to me.
And so in my heart, there are, the Buck and Eddie of it all aside, there are characters in here that I'm like, yes, no, they're bisexual in my heart. Except for one who's pansexual in my heart.
And none of that has been established on the show.
And None of that has been established on the show. It's just in my heart.
Yeah. And I guess the
Just
show
in my
hasn't
heart.
established that Karen exists. I forgot that. That's crazy.
Yeah, literally, I watched this and went, "Where's your wife,
Yeah.
Ken?"
Crazy
Indeed.
work. Okay, do we have any final things to add about this episode? I liked it.
Yeah.
I definitely liked it.
I liked it.
I did not start playing the phone game at any point during it.
Oh,
Yay.
good for you. I know with our broken brains, that's actually kind of hard to do. So
I know. As I said it, I was like, oh, that's not something to be proud of, really, but you know, it is what it is. I have been enjoying, I did this last week too, that I don't think I ended up mentioning it, but I've been, after I watched the episode, going back to the 911 Fox Reddit episode posts.
yeah.
It's just a bunch of people complaining about this one and a few people being like, it was a good episode, but one person's post just says, where are the life jackets?
Great question.
Great.
And I was like,
Great
"Damn,
question.
where are the life jackets actually?"
It's a great question. You would think in the we never expect for anything to happen,
Yeah.
but in the event of a water evacuation,
Mhm. Like, you're right.
did none of you listen to the safety briefing?
Yeah.
Clearly.
I think it's funny when people are like, oh, the show is so over the top. Like, baby, it's season 1.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Just wait.
definitely a lot of people were saying this is over the top. And then some people who were just like, I'm done with the show. This was the I'm done. Like,
Oh.
This was what set them off. This.
they wouldn't have survived. I mean, without even having seen it, I saw the B NATO commercials. Come on.
And would you know it that the B NATO is actually not the most intense part of the B NATO time.
No. The B NATO is like a fraction of the
B-NATO
episode.
is like the pre-crisis.
Do you know what I want to have happen? I want there to be like a casual mention in some episode of like, "Hey, you know what? The release of those bees really helped with the pollination of our flora.
Great. Good job, guys.
Yeah, like actually all those bees really helped us get some fruits.
They really help.
It really helped. Like 7 billion bees really helped with California's thriving crops this year. Just for giggles. Oh, someone's in here
Yeah.
like, I don't trust that lady Carla. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Don't talk about Carla like that. Carla would
Don't
still
talk about Carla.
Carla would still be here if it weren't for the actress. Don't talk about her.
Correct. Yes, the actress has some thoughts and feelings that I don't personally agree with, and everyone's allowed to have their own thoughts and feelings.
I mean,
And also,
not really.
don't talk about Carla that way. Don't talk about Carla that way.
Yeah.
Carla Price is a good and beautiful angel.
Yeah. You're allowed to have thoughts and feelings until they get you fired.
Oh, recast Michael. I'm still so mad about it.
It's crazy.
It's crazy work.
Ugh. I love season 1.
Season 1's fantastic. I'm really enjoying this.
I don't fuck with people who don't fuck with season 1. I can't. I have a hard line against that. I'm sorry, people. I just, it's foundational to the show. Like, people who don't like season 1 Buck, what are you talking about? You don't like this fuckboy?
Literally,
this is Buck.
If you don't understand everything that happens between Buck and Abby, like you can't
Exactly
understand what happens later. Like you physically can't understand.
If you don't get season 1 Buck, you can't love season 2 through 9. Like you just can't.
If you don't understand what happens to Bobby in his season 1 arc, like what the hell are you doing in season 4?
Yeah.
Like you don't get it.
You just don't understand.
I love them all so much. Like yes, you can meet Chimney in season 2 and love him, but if you don't know where he started,
yeah,
you can't appreciate where he is.
If you don't meet us down here, you can't be at the mountaintop. Like,
right.
And actually, this isn't even the bottom. We're at the top. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is great.
This is good work down here.
Yeah. Am I disagreeing with Athena's current decision-making process? Yes, I sure am. But you've got to understand the relationship between her and May and her and Harry and her and Michael. It actually kind of is foundational for her character. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah. And we love her for being a dumbass.
We do. We love her so much. I love Athena. I really do. She's not making great decisions right now, but her baby girl has had a real bad couple of days.
She has. She sure has. That is okay, the other thing I was gonna say about this is that the title is
Mhm.
Worst Day Ever. That's a bold statement for the first season of this show.
Correct.
Things sure do get a whole lot worse.
Yeah, they have worse days. They have worse days.
Yeah. Everyone in this cast has worse days.
Correct.
So,
And then collectively, they all have an extra worse day.
yeah. Yeah. So,
So, yeah,
it's a little misleading, but I guess we'll give it to
true.
them.
True story.
All right. So that is season 1, episode 4. That puts us halfway. Just
No.
about because there's 10 episodes, not
There's
8 episodes.
10.
I kept thinking there were 8 episodes, and I don't know why. Because that's a
There's
Netflix
10.
seasons. So we got
That's
another
10.
one.
There's 10.
I
We
can
have one more before we hit halfway.
I can count.
Yay.
I try not to though. It's math. Okay, so thank you for listening, and we will catch you next time, on not on a plane.
You've been listening to 911 on the Rocks, a Fandom on the Rocks podcast. For more episodes, including Pack Dynamics and Glee on the Rocks, check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you get your podcasts. To support the pod, subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/Fandom on the Rocks. Subscribers get early access, unbelievably long mini episodes, and even a postcard or two. Hang out with us on the internet on Tumblr, TikTok, and Instagram at Fandom on the Rocks. We'll talk to you later, but until then, don't say the Q word, okay?